Peace be with you and welcome back to my channel for another video, another spiritual download. If this is the first time that you're coming across the channel, I promise you 9 times out of 10, Spirit does have a message here for you. There is a 99.9% chance that Spirit is guiding you to this channel for either a confirmation and or to answer some questions that you've been pondering over for quite some time. Needless to say, whatever energy you decide to come with, I support you in that because I know that we're under divine and spiritual watch in this judgment hour. So whatever energy you decide to bring, you are being held accountable for in a court of spiritual law. Let's go ahead and just get into this message. Give me just one moment. I'm just doing a little cleansing on these cards because I feel guided to do so. If you're returning back to the channel, I love you. Hey, hi, hello, happy Monday. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. And I have to be honest, listen, I missed you. I know it's only been a short amount of time, but my soul tribe, I can't get enough of you, okay? I just want to go ahead and tap in really quickly because something was very, very concerning to me that I intuitively feel somebody needs to know. Okay, I want you guys to understand about the spirit of discernment. And when you come to a tarot card reader, we can only see so much into your life. This is why at the end of the day, you have to sit with your higher self. You have to sit with your spirit team. You have to be intuitive enough to know what's going to resonate with your life, what you should be doing and or not doing. Because again, the scope of what we're allowed to see, we can only see what we're being told to tell you, right? At the end of the day, you still have spiritual work that you have to do. Maybe you're flipping your own cards. Maybe you're doing your own tarot. And so here lies the dilemma for a lot of people who come for readings. Oftentimes, they want us to give more information than what we're able to look into. Again, at the end of the day, you're the one that has to go back to your life. You know your life, your partner better than anybody, right? Let's go ahead and get into this message. I just heard deceptive energy. Somebody knows that they have to respect you. Okay, the word on the spiritual streets is you're not to be touched and or disrespected. Okay, this is specifically for an empress and or high priestess, feminine energy, divine feminine energy. Listen, I promise you, anybody that's coming for you right now at this time is foolish. Be it a lover, an ex-lover, a husband, a boyfriend, a baby daddy, a baby mama, whatever the hell, an ex-friend. Listen, it's a foolish, foolish pursuit, okay? This walk is not easy. I just heard somebody thought it would be easy. It's not easy. Yeah, because we're responsible for so many people, places, and things, and Spirit is guiding us to certain people that we're required to help, right? Okay, let me just go ahead and get into the message. I've already called in my appropriate protection. I pray that you've done the same. Let's go ahead and get into this message. Yeah, karma's here. Listen, somebody went and got a reading, or you could be getting several readings from different readers, and maybe you're getting different answers. Spirit is saying, stop. Sit with your higher self. Discern what it is that you need to discern. Be honest with yourself. If you feel as though somebody's doing something to you, then the answer is a yes, right? Okay. Sometimes when we do those readings, those energy checks, depending on who the person is that you're questioning, that person could be in a completely different energy from what it is you're asking about. It could be future energy, present and or past energy, right? And this is why it's important to be a discerner of your own life, discerner of your own energy, somebody tried to do something against you and it was an epic motherfucking fail. They could have been painting an illusion to you and somebody else, pouring into your cup and or somebody else's cup. Again, epic fail. I'm getting Piscean energy. This person found out the hard way that you're very spiritually protected. You've decided not to take this person back. You're accepting karma. You're accepting the will. You're accepting that things are flowing as they should, right? I just keep getting word on the streets is you're not to be touched. Word on the streets is you're not the 1, 2, or the 3 to be played with, okay? This is somebody from the past. This is somebody that you could have reconciled with for whatever reason. Maybe you thought this was your person. Queen of Wands represents you being vibrant. Okay, this person could have affected your self-esteem, your confidence. I see you taking your power back and poisoning every single thief. The Three of Cups represents some type of interference in your relationship and on your path. Sometimes Spirit allows this because oftentimes we need to draw closer to faith. So why do these situations happen to us? Why are they so tumultuous? Why are they so, oh my God, why did that happen to me, right? Because if you don't go through those things, you won't draw closer to the Most High. It's not to kill you, because I promise you, somebody somewhere has gone through something worse. Not that we compare our pain, right? That's a real endearing commercial break. The Emperor is here. You are the leader. Spirit is guiding you. I just heard Spirit say, I'm guiding you. I'm leading you into your abundance. Leave these people out in the cold once and for all. I used to tell my children, only special people deserve a second chance. Very rarely do I go back to anything. The people that I've given a second chance to, just on a personal note, are my mom, my dad, and my children. That's it. Period. And there was a time that I had to not give one of them a second chance, but that was just another commercial break. Listen, this is about you. It's not about me. Show me what else I need to say here, Spirit. What else is it? Yeah. Okay, Spirit is saying you got two paths. The Two of Wands represents free will for me. Okay, that's what it represents for me, is free will. Two paths. You can go left, you can go right. Okay. Do not, I repeat, overspend your money going to a tarot card reader trying to get different answers when somebody's already told you what it is. At the end of the day, you have to sit down with that information. You have to sift through it, and you have to decide what parts of that information Spirit wants you to take into your spirit and apply to your personal life. And then you do that. Why? Because you're being held accountable for your own energy. At the end of the day, your Ori, your spirit, will go further for you than any tarot card reader and or practitioner. Spirit says, do not go broke trying to get readings. If you don't get all of what you need in one reading, okay, if you're coming to a reading and you're more concerned and or preoccupied about somebody else, with the exception of a child, then things are out of order. Whenever you come into these readings, if you get a tarot card reader that doesn't really share with you what it is that you're supposed to be doing, then things are out of order. Why? Because at the end of the day, you have your path to live. This is a representation of two ways. You can go left, you can go right. You can go up, you can go down. You can go back or you can go forward. This is a decision of free will that you have to make. The Tower is here. Why? Because you're going through an ascension. You need these confirmations, right? Sometimes we doubt our own intuition. That is the worst thing that you could ever do for yourself. I speak from experience, okay? And I speak from a place of compassion. I hope you feel that. But I have to be blunt and I have to be honest. As honest as I can be. Yeah, you could be thinking. Spirit is sitting you down, okay? Spirit is sitting you down to get into a relationship with self. The Lovers is here. I heard seeking love outside of yourself is never going to work. It has to be love from within and then out. What is in your spiritual cup, what is in your cup is love. Put more love inside of your own cup, right? Once I decide that somebody else needs to love me more than me, then I need to have a conversation with myself. If I'm in my lower self and I'm going through an ascension, then I need to call in my higher self and be obedient to that. This is about your intuition. The moon represents not ignoring your intuition. Don't let anybody abuse your path by telling you, okay, $50 more, okay, $100 more, okay, sow a seed of $88.88. Intuitively, you know where to give and where not to give. But don't go broke behind trying to buy your spiritual path or get an answer from a reader that you believe is going to appease your higher self. No, you're the only one that can answer these questions for you. The Six of Wands represents you having a victory. If you don't obsessively, compulsively, deliberately, every day, all day, stay in this mindset, if nothing else, okay, you don't believe it, fake it. Having a bad day, act like you're having a great day. Trust me, your body and the cells in your body and your brain does not know the difference. If you're walking around saying that it's tough, or you're paranoid, or you're doing all that, you just told every single cell in your physical body that we're prepared to fail. Well, let me tell you something. If you're really on this journey, you've already been through that. So now this boils down to, why am I not feeling deserving? Why is it that I'm not monitoring my thoughts to be victorious? Careful when you tell yourself things that aren't true. Why? Because then you manifest more of that. Okay? The death is in reverse. Why? Because this could be you resisting your transformation, keeping cycles open, meeting the same person over and over. These situations could start to look very, very similar. Maybe you chose the same woman from the last relationship. She might have a different face and name and body, but it's the same lesson here. And the lesson is about self-love. The Seven of Cups represents the past. Okay? Staying stuck in the past can't do anything for you. So somebody needs to really, really, really do some work. Whatever is triggering you, whatever is making you feel as though you're not deserving of somebody that is committed to you just as much as you're committed to them. This is not always in a love relationship. This could be a parent-child relationship. This could be family members. This could be friends. Anybody that is not truly committed to you as you are to them does not deserve to be in your life. This is about childhood. The Page of Wands gives me energy of the inner child moving forward courageously and fiery in this particular spread. Okay, these cards change for me in every spread. This is about you moving forward, not just moving your feet, not just moving to another state, but mentally moving yourself forward in your mind. What is your vision? What you cannot see, you cannot become, right? So then you start to control, alt, delete, and trash all of those stinky thoughts. That's called mental deliverance. And in that, you cannot leave those pockets in your mental vortex void, right? You now have to fill those spaces with something good. Why would you leave your cup empty? Yeah, it's time to walk away from these people finally. Don't look back. Don't worry about the karma that they're getting, right? Don't worry about that. They're going to get what it is that they deserve. By the time they get it, you're going to feel completely different about them anyway. You're going to be like, wow, I thought I'd be a little bit happier watching my enemy get their karma. No, baby. You've evolved to the point of peace and love so much that it surpasses understanding that you will see the reason why you had to go through those betrayals. You will understand them and you will actually laugh at your pain. I know you can't imagine that now. I know you can't. I know you can't imagine it now, but it will happen. You will be in that energy where you will look back and just laugh, and you'll want everybody to just be well. And trust me, spirit don't miss. When Mayat spins the block, she's a sharpshooter when it comes to justice. Baby, honey, let me tell you, she's not playing. It's a very finite type of an energy. You are the high priestess. Yes, you. Yes, you. But I've been hurt. I've been cheated on in every relationship, and my best friend slept with my... Yeah, I know. You're still the high priestess. But my mother betrayed me. But I was hurt as a child. I know. Yeah, I know. You needed that. This is your destiny. You had to go through that. But why? If you're asking why, then you haven't reached the level where you understand that all things are working to the greater good of your path. Listen, you are the high priestess. But I was abused. You're still the high priestess. Your spirit guides, I just heard, have not left you. The Most High is not forsaking you. But there are some things that you will have to do for yourself. The Queen of Cups represents intuition. This also represents your cup of love. I just heard your cup overflows. What you put in your cup is what you will get back. But you have to clean your cup. You have to get rid of this energy that keeps choosing the same people, places, and things. Who am I talking to? Yeah. No more self-loathing, self-doubting, testing your confidence type of an energy. What somebody else does to you is about them. That has nothing to do with you. I know it's hard, right? Especially when we want a relationship with somebody. This is about validating one's existence while on this planet. What are you doing? Not just for everybody else, but for yourself. Somebody's an overgiver. Somebody's giving more to people than they are themselves. This is a slow moving energy. Spirit is saying we're holding your gifts. We're holding your path because we know that we need to prune and shape your character in order to even be able to handle this level of a blessing. We're going to hold it. It's a very slow moving energy because one, we need you to get into a relationship with you in spirit. But my kids are my everything. No, that's ass backwards. Your children belong to the Most High before they belong to you. I promise you, if you give to yourself a little bit more, you will be a better mother, a better wife, a better friend. But you have to be a friend to yourself first. Is it scary? Yeah, hell yeah. Scary as hell. Because it's a very narrow path. There's nobody in that closet with you. You have to uncover some things, some demons, and admit some things to yourself that maybe you're not willing to admit to anybody else. And that's absolutely fine. You don't have to admit these things to anybody else as long as you in spirit know. Why? Because when you're in that spiritual closet, you're spiritually transparent. You're spiritually naked. You have to admit, damn, I'm a little insecure. Damn, I'm a little jealous. Damn, I'm a little triggered. Because the last 3 guys cheated on me. So now you have love and you could be the same person. You might look different on the outside. You look perfectly well put together. But what's going on the inside is what's going to come out. Until you can get to the point that forgiveness is a constant energy, you'll always sit back and in this woulda, coulda, shoulda type of an energy. Absolutely, you will. Show me more. Okay. Somebody got instructions from a tarot card reader about what to do. Okay. Judgment is here. Because just as everybody else is under judgment, we're now under judgment for ourselves and what we do and what we continue to keep going back to, because it's so easy not to change. It's a very comfortable position. You know, but when we find ourselves uncomfortable is where the issue lies. Let me just explain a small story to y'all. The day before Mother's Day, I was in my car. I just bought like a little commuter car. It wasn't that expensive. It was something for me to get to the gym and back. And as I'm coming back from the gym, I'm sitting there with my blinker on. I'm looking in my rear view mirror. Okay. And somebody rear ends me. True story. This just happened, right? Totaled out my car. I was hysterical. This person hit and ran. They took off, right? I tried to chase them, tried to get the license plate. It all happened so fast. I can only assume that this person didn't see me in front of them until they saw me in front of them. So I sat back and I got really, really still, you know, and I thought about, I'm like, I've been through so much in my life. And people are looking at me like, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I thought, wow, the fact that I'm able to come home, kiss my family, I can move my legs, I can blink my eyes. I felt so fortunate. I got tested on what was important, material-wise. Now, here's the crazy part. We have 3 other cars, right? So I'm not without a car. Let's start there. Another thing was I had just bought the car on Thursday and I was shopping for insurance and didn't have insurance on the car. I know, right? I'm still learning those lessons. So I said, wow, it's crazy because Friday, Spirit told me get insurance. I heard it very clearly. I'm like, okay, I'll get it. You know, I'm just, who's going to hit me? I'm out in the boondocks. And sure enough, right? Why am I telling you this? Because at the end of the day, I had to sit with Spirit and I'm like, wow. I'm very spiritually protected. Now on the outside, people are like, oh my God, your car. Oh my God. You know, they're freaking out. I'm going within and I'm very still and calm at this point. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been through so much. I've lost so much. A lot of people don't know I had a whole bunch of money and I lost it all. I had a Mercedes, BMW, big old house, blah, 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 blah. Went to the wineries in Temecula every day. Gucci shoes, red bottom, blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. The value on my life and my path is why I can sit here with you and tell you that I'm just glad to be here today. Because in that moment, when that car damn near flipped my car over, you know what I was thinking about? Whether or not I kissed my husband, whether or not I told my son I love you. None of it mattered. I got out unscathed. Not one broken bone, right? My phone was still intact. I mean, I'm just thinking about, wow, Spirit, I could have been gone just like that. This person hit me real hard, y'all. This is just a little personal commercial break. So when you heard me say the other day, I'm so glad that I made it here to this hour, this time, this moment with you today. I meant that with my entire being. You had to have felt that right now. That's how I feel. And you know what I did? As my car was being towed to a body shop, only for them to tell me it was totaled, I said, you know what? I'm going to go harder for the collective. I said, okay, Spirit. I'm going to go harder. And the energy was real weird on Saturday. It was some weird, funky little energy, forces of nature. Just somebody was, it was nasty. Right? So when I tell you I'm grateful to sit here with you on today, and that's just my story in the last week. If I told you my real story, why did I tell you about my things? Money, house, car. Because I lost it all. No. I didn't lose it. Spirit told me to walk the hell away from it as the high priestess. And I did. I said, Spirit, I love you so much. I'm going to leave it all. And I did. Why? Because it was attached to people, places, and things that could not go with me on this path. When I tell you the Spirit is giving me back tenfold, woo, everything I lost. Everything that I lost. This is not about the money. That was a real serious commercial break. You're going to need to rewind the tape because that's real. The tower is here. You cannot prevent your awakening. This is where we start to question who we are. When we go against the grain, we prevent the flow of life. It's the worst thing you can do. It's like holding your breath. Why are you doing that? Breathe, relax. But this happened. I'm going to tell you something. Some of us have been through so much trauma that we don't even know if we're sad, mad, happy, or what the hell. You know why? Because we know that it's all serving a purpose. So you know what I did? I sat back. Within an hour, I came and I did a video. That video that you guys saw me do on Saturday was an hour after I had just gotten hit. The police officer who took the report said, you're back. You better be careful. You're going to feel that later in your physical body. This is what he told me. I said, I really hope that I don't feel it in my physical body. The very next day, I felt no pain. And I was hit hard. That person was doing at least 60 miles per hour on a residential street. Okay? Speeding down a really long country road is all I can tell you. I said to myself, I said, no, I don't want to feel this in my body. I want to sit back and I want Spirit to tell me what it is the Spirit is trying to tell me. Spirit needed to get my attention. One, to listen to my intuition. Intuitively, I knew I should have gotten insurance on Friday. Here it is Saturday. I just got the car on Thursday. It's just a little commuter car for me to go to the gym and get my little Starbucks. Because my life is so happy. It's not based on things anymore. I was in a 4 or 5 bedroom home, 4,000 square foot home, and there was no joy. Okay? With tennis courts and swimming pools, there was no joy in the house. I walked away. I'm not recommending that you do that, but that was my path. That is what I had to do because intuitively I said, Spirit, now that you've shown me this, Spirit took the BMW, the Mercedes, baby, the car, I'm like, I love you. I was the happiest I'd ever been in my life. I felt so free because I knew that spirit was guiding me somewhere. That was great. I had a tarot card reader. That's a really good friend of mine. And she laughed at me. And she told me about her path. She says, you reminded me so much of you. Not to mention all my enemies were coming for me. They were all doing black magic, really strong magic. Why? Because they didn't want this day to happen. This conversation that you and I are having, I cannot make it up. The Hierophant is here. I got chills all over my body from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. The Holy Spirit is present. Listen, I want you to know. I need you to go on this journey with me. She told me, you're going to be great. I was in a karmic relationship. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh my God. Life was crazy. Got turned all the way upside down. I left one of the biggest medical companies on the West Coast, making $36, $37 an hour, and I was working from home. I was one of the first remote agents to work from home. Listen, it was all preparation for me to sit right here and have this conversation with you today. Why were my enemies fighting me? Why were they doing black magic? Because this was me. Even when I didn't know it. I was in the Nine of Swords, dark energy, losing my mind, a dark night of the soul, going crazy. And somebody held a space of love and light for me. And you know what I said when I was in that dark night of the soul? I said, you know what? I'm going to go and tell people what I did. Tell people what the Most High did for me. And that's exactly what I did. And this is why I'm sitting here with you today. So when I tell you, I speak from a place of encouragement. I was so angry at a tarot card reader. I had gone to 3-4 readers. I thought you said he wasn't cheating. At the end of the day, let me tell you something. You have to follow your intuition, because sometimes when the tarot card readers are picking up on the energy, that is the energy for that day. Somebody could change by the end of the night. Maybe they went and they did something that they weren't supposed to do. This is why you have to listen to your intuition. My passion for y'all. I left it all to sit here with you all. The tower is here. This is about you awakening to love. You know what the answer was at the end of the day after all the readings that I got? Oh, what do I do? How do I do an altar? I was that person. I was you. You were me. I am you. We are here. We're growing together. Listen, do you know what the answer was at the end of the day? Self-love. Going within. Listening to my intuition. Walking away from people. But I'm here to let you know that dark night of the soul is not easy. It's not easy when you wake up and the veil is lifted and you realize that your mama's a dark-ass witch. It's not easy. When you look like a fool because you're following your spiritual path. I walked away from a job that was paying me a whole bunch of money, and I was working from home with a real nice car in the driveway with another nice car. Listen, none of it matters. None of it mattered. Why? Because I couldn't make those things my God. I never did. I was always the same genuine and generous person. If I had it, I gave it. When I went out and I go places and I had a lot of money, I tipped well. When I didn't have a lot of money, I tipped well. Why? Because I understood the laws of the universe. Now here I am sitting with you to share my story, not to boast or to brag, because I had to leave everything. I had some really nice things. I had a really nice bed. But I left it. Why? Because every enemy on the planet was coming for me. Very, very powerful spiritual practitioners. And Spirit said, what profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I had to take a leap of faith. The fool is here. Listen, you're going to have to take a leap of faith. You're going to have to go within. The hermit is you going within so you don't have to go without. Conquer the enemy on the inside. What is the enemy on the inside? Doubt, fear, anxiety, self-absorbed energies, ego. They have to die. You have to go within. And then everything on the outside of you has to get in place. Why? Because the universe will rush to your aid. Why? Because now you're vibrating at a level of faith that surpasses all of understanding, surpasses the understanding of your immediate circumstances. Yes, that relationship, those relationships. So now I'm certified. You're certified in pain. You're certified in depression. So what are you going to do with that? Are you just going to sit back with your spiritual accolades and your spiritual PhDs? No, you have to go now into the trenches and you have to have patience. You have to sit with people. You have to love them. The way that you did not get love from the people that hurt you, you now have to hold a place of space of love and light for people that truly are needing some type of a guidance. Temperance is here. This is you, High Priestess. Listen, I'm going to need you to not doubt your intuition. I'm going to need you to understand that somebody else outside of you, be it a spiritual practitioner, a godmother, a nina, an abuelita, a madrina, a padrino, whatever, can only go so far. Listen, I'm here to let you know. You are the star. You are the star seed. You are the healer. You are the magician. Yes, you. The one that was cheated on. The one, somebody just used your body like it was nothing. You still are pure. Why? Because your intentions were pure. Somebody has to do a soul tie breaking. Break that soul tie. These people are in heavy regret. If you need to know that, if it's any consolation to help you move forward, yes, they are getting karma. Move forward. Don't sit in that energy. Don't feed that energy. You don't need that energy to move forward. You don't need to know that they're under judgment to walk into your 10 of cups. You are the 10 of cups. Because sometimes after coming out of these situations, right, we're like, I've been so battered, so bruised, so, like, why don't they like me? What is it? Because this is who you are. And just like you're on an assignment, they're on an assignment. To do what? To go to and fro, looking for whom they can devour. Right? This is why when they see you, they put their head down. Why? Spirit has said you closed out a cycle. This is why when they see you, they put their head down, because your light shines so bright. You're radiating light. Even in your pain, even in your darkness, you were stronger than them and they knew it. So you know what happened? Yeah, you got to put something in your cup. You got to put some love in your cup. Okay? Positive affirmations. Somebody needs to get a notebook and just write down their thoughts. Write a letter to your younger self. Write a letter to your adult self. Write a love letter. Sing a love song to yourself. Is Mr. Right coming? Is Mrs. Right coming? Yes, they are. But are you Mrs. Right? Are you Mr. Right? Because remember, as the High Priestess and the Empress, we don't chase a damn thing. We attract what it is that we want. The moment you decide to tune into that frequency and trusting your own intuition, and you stop being upset with the tarot card reader. I'm talking to myself. I was very angry with one of the readers. Why didn't she tell me? She's like, girl, that's your life. I'm only seeing what the Most High will let me tell you, because the Most High will divinely orchestrate it to be that way. Why? Because if you keep running to somebody else to think for you, if you keep running to somebody else to confirm something that you already know, then when do you ever lean on the Most High? When do you ever sit with your higher self? So sometimes the divine will orchestrate it for us to only see so much. Why? Because it leads you back to the divine. That is the message. That is the purpose. Be a discerner of your own spirit. Show me more for the Divine Collective. I can't make it up. You are the magician. You are the alchemist. Your thoughts are molding and shaping every single bit of your life, whether you want to admit that or not. Careful of your thoughts. Careful about your words. Check yourself. I hear people say all the time, I'm broke. I do this. I got to rebuke it. I'm like, ooh, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean. No, I don't. Let me tell you something. I've been through this, boo. That's just my story in the last 72 hours, baby. You don't know the true story. And the last story that I just told you was previously about me walking away from a mansion. You don't know the story. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something. I want you to understand what it's really about. Let me tell you something. The Most High was testing my love for all of humanity. The Most High was testing my love and commitment to the Most High. And when I tell you I got it back times 10, but it's the joy that was priceless. It was the joy that I couldn't go buy. It wasn't about the MAC makeup. It wasn't about my eyebrows being perfectly coiffed. I had genuine joy. I sat back and had a moment and an epiphany in one of my awakenings, and I laughed until I was crying because it all made sense to me. Ooh, what are you manifesting? If you got an instinct to leave that job, leave it. If you got an instinct to leave that woman, leave her. If you got an instinct to leave that man, you need to go. No reader can help you with that. At the end of the day, you have to operate those feet, hands, eyes, toes, and feet. Hands, eyes, toe. Okay, that was a little commercial break just to let y'all know that I'm still with the shits on the commercial break for shits and giggles. Okay, listen. I'm going to tell you something. Listen, you are the star. Okay? Yeah, you are with your soul tribe. Let me tell you something. Whatever you do, you're going to be prosperous. If you focus on the passion, you will have everything abundantly that you need. Okay? Those things are nice. My car was nice, but so many things were out of order. And the moment I sat down with Spirit, when I was sitting in this big, beautiful, I had the 4,000 square foot home, and then I moved to a 10,000 square foot home. Let's just keep it real, okay? Let me tell you something. I sat down with Spirit and I said, Spirit, what is it that you want me to do? I said, I got to leave this job and I have to leave this relationship. Okay? I gave the person all the money in the bank account. People are like, oh my God, girl, you crazy. I know. I look like a fool, but I was being obedient to Spirit. This is what Spirit told me to do. I'm not saying that you do this. This is just my story. Take from it what you can, but learn from my journey. I hope that it inspires you to keep going, right? So I sat back and I was like, damn. Whoo. I left the 7 carat ring. It was like, okay, adios. I took a leap of faith. People told me I was foolish. They talked about me. Oh, she's crazy. Oh my God, what's going on? She left that job? Oh God. Oh, she left that house? Oh my God, what happened to her brand new 2020 BMW, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Listen, I was being guided by Spirit. I was being tested of what was of value to me. The same way that same test came along when I just lost my car, right? And I kicked myself in the ass. I'm like, Jesus, I should have got the insurance. Something told me to get the insurance on Friday. I'm only going to the gym. It's just right there. It's 5 minutes away from my house. It's about obedience. At the same time, the Most High was telling me everything happens for a reason. So I sat back and I really tried to understand what that reason was. And just know that I got it. Okay? Self-imposed imprisonment. Spirit is saying, do not put yourself in this position. I don't give a damn if the last lover cheated 1,000 times, if your mama stabbed you in the back, your best friend slept with your man. Listen, this has nothing to do with you. This has to do with them. However, you are being held accountable for what it is that you allow people to do. What are you allowing people to do in your life? Why are you afraid to leave these people? If they're not good people, then you need to block them and shut them down. Why are you still watching them on social media? This is a self-imposed imprisonment. And when you're like this and you're in the high priestess energy and you are the hierophant, you are the star, you're supposed to go help people, and you're also coming up as the magician. You know what that does? It stunts your growth. This for me is you fighting your ascension. Don't fight your ascension. Don't do that to yourself. That's the worst thing that you can do to yourself. Why? Because justice is being served. Don't worry about it. I know it's hard. I know you thought about this for so long that you need to figure out how to have new thoughts. You're going to have to fight. Nobody's going to fight harder for you than you. Nobody. I promise you. Until you can get to the point where you forgive, you will always be held back. You will always give your power away to these people that just absolutely don't even deserve 1 iota of your time. The world is here. Spirit is saying, listen, you're going into a new cycle. Allow it. Now, I promise you it's going to look a little ugly before you get to everything being okay. Why? Because the moment you say, Spirit, you know what? Remove anything and anybody that's in my life that is not serving my higher good. I said that the next day, the job was gone and the man was gone. I said, whoa, that was fast. But I had peace. I trusted the process. And I promise you, I never went a day hungry. I never went a day without. Spirit sent so many angels on my path to bless me. I'm here to let you know you need to get out of your head. The 9 of Swords represents mental conflict. Am I really the high priestess? Am I really the magician? Did I really make that happen? Yes, you did. Well, why did I attract him? because you needed him to be a lesson to you. Remember when you met him? He was a blessing to start, but then he ended up becoming your lesson. You're going to need to accept the flow of life. It's okay. Everybody's got their story. Every woman somewhere who's absolutely gorgeous and people are like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, is somewhere that got cheated on by a guy that made them feel like they weren't nothing. There's also some really good looking guys out there that got cheated on by a woman that made them feel as though they weren't anything. Why? Because this is about self-esteem. It's not your looks. It's the light and the mindset that you radiate from. What are you thinking about yourself? Would you date yourself? A lot of you need to take a vow of celibacy if you haven't already. Why? Because justice is here. Libra energy, things are being balanced out. Okay? This is the school of hard knocks. You are courageous. You are going to war for what it is that you want. This is not to put anybody down. This is just to reveal what it is and what it looks like when that dark night of the soul hits you in the dark of the night. Listen, I want you to understand the Knight of Wands is you moving in a courageous way, right? I just heard somebody knowing their value, know the value of your work, right? I get people that are like, oh my God, your readings are $111.11. It's not about $111.11. It's about you understanding that somebody is deciding to share their energy to help you and read into your life, but hopefully give you something to where you don't have to keep coming back and spending $100.11. Right. It's work. It's tapping into your energy. It's giving you secrets. It's giving you things that you can go do. So if you don't see the value of what it is that you're getting from anybody that you go to, practitioner, hierophant, tarot card reader, then you have to understand that you're not seeing the value in what it takes to invest in yourself. Are you trusting the universe? Because you definitely don't want to spend any money out of fear. I don't recommend that. This is about mental conflict. Five of Swords represents the mental. Why the mental? Because it's about your crown. What is your crown? Your crown is your mind. The Magician represents your thoughts. What you're manifesting. You're breathing, living, walking manifestation, whether you believe it or not. When you're quiet and when you're still and you have a still place, you have people around you that support you because you're loving them and they're loving you, you can think, you have peace, you understand. If you're not in a place where you can change the people around you, then change the people around you. And you need to do it swiftly. Why? Because we're under judgment. Look at your world. We don't have time. My nose is itching. We don't have time to play with people. We don't have time for that. Communication is going to be coming in. You're going to be tested. This is retrograde energy. A lot of these cycles are going to repeat themselves in your mind. Thoughts are going to come up that used to bother you in your mind. Why? Because Spirit wants to see if you've mastered yourself. That's what retrograde is about. It's a rerun. It's a repeat. How strong are you? Why? Because where you're going, you need to be strong. You're the High Priestess. You're the Magician. You're the Hierophant. You got a whole bunch of people waiting for you. You can't pass out at the first negative energy that you see. Strength is here. You have to be strong. I just heard have a strong back. People are gossiping. They're mad. Word on the streets is that you're not to be touched. Listen, if that makes you just giggle a little bit, okay. But at the end of the day, you still got to do your work. Because at the end of the day, honestly, I'm tired of these karmics. I can't wait until the energy is just completely depleted and every single reading just comes up smelling like roses. Listen, the Page of Swords is people spying on you. They're watching you. They're watching every single thing that you do. So you have to get used to being watched. Why? Because you're supposed to be in the forefront. You're the star. You're the star. Six of Pentacles represents equal give and take. They're watching the universe give you your fair share, even if behind the scenes you're in this mental conflict, right? Even if behind the scenes you're like, oh my God, is it me? Okay, what am I supposed to do? Okay, what do I need? Okay, breathe. Let the answers come to you. Meditate. Be quiet. Not just not talking, but sometimes you have to Control, Alt, Delete, and shut down your brain. Somebody's not sleeping well at night. Why? Because Spirit is pulling you and telling you that you need to go somewhere. There's something else that you're supposed to be doing. You know what I did? I rolled over and looked at the karmic mess in my bed and was like, I got to get away from him and I got to get away from this. That's what I said. I'm just telling you what I said. I knew it for sure. And you know what he did? He woke up. He said, you're going to leave me. an evil twin. He was very intuitive, but he used his powers for bad. Listen, I don't want to talk about him. Hey, bless him wherever he is, because God is good. I'm telling you, God is good. Those were the downloads. When you're tossing in the night, it's because Spirit is trying to tell you something. The Five of Wands, people are really losing their shit about you being chosen. Word on the street, again, you're not to be touched. Word on the street is you are the Queen of Pentacles. You are coming up as all the major arcanas in the deck, the Queen of Swords. Let me tell you something. This is what it is. Give me one more card, please. Divine Collective, for the Divine Collective. Yeah. These people are still sneaky and deceptive. Somebody's watching you from behind the scenes. Just rise to victory, rise to glory, rise to your platform. Even if you feel as though you're at a certain level in your spirituality where there could be some things that are still triggering you, you're going to have to battle with those things. You're going to have to go to war with them. It's not about the person that did it. It's about how you decide to see it. How are you deciding to see those experiences, be it good, bad, or indifferent? Once you get to the point where you can laugh about it and you see your ex on the picture with somebody else and you got real peace, you ain't made it. I'm just saying. Somebody saw their ex on a picture with somebody else and it bothered them. You're going to need to deal with that. Why? I don't know. Oh, but that was my twin. They did magic over him. Yeah, they did. Oh, well. Justice is here, though. I know that, and judgment is here, so that's not my concern. I'm going to need to see things the way that the Most High sees things. Ooh. For the larger scheme of things. Don't take these things personal, I just heard. Don't take what people did to you. But my mother, I know. 111 is at the bottom of the deck. Spirit is saying the universe is arranging people and experiences on your path to help you succeed and helping you wake up to who you truly are. I am the awakening. Listen, I cannot make it up. This is the thing about people that are truly tapped in. No matter how much you tapped in, we still get this little chuckle on the inside of how accurate Spirit is when Spirit is sitting here with us and our divine ancestors are interceding on our behalf. Listen, 11111. You could be seeing 1111. You could be seeing it right now. You could come in at 1,111 likes. I don't know. Listen, this is what it is. And I just asked for one card and it was at the bottom of the deck. Give me one more, please, and thank you. What do our divine angels want us to know? You're backed by divine angels. You got backing. You need to know that you're not alone. Okay, so if that right ear is ringing, that left ear is ringing, you need to know what level you're at. If you're in a low vibration, sometimes it sounds like static. If you're in a low vibration, if you're sad, confused, and guess what? That's what you're going to get. You got to be careful. Raise your vibration. You know what I did after my car accident? And this person took off. I pulled the cards on the person that hit and ran. I called upon the law of forgiveness. I was angry too because I felt it was really unfair. I called upon the law of forgiveness. I saw that it was somebody younger. I saw that the person's family had a lot of money. I saw that this person was afraid. That's why they fled the scene. But Spirit says that they're having sleepless nights. So I prayed for this person. I prayed that they would turn themselves in and do the right thing. And then I surrendered it. And then I got on a video. I said, now I'm going to go harder for the collective. You know why? Because I easily could not have been here. That was the type of car accident that could have just killed me. But I'm here because Spirit wants me to be here. 00, your angels ask for you to pay attention. Open your eyes and listen to everything that you think about. I just said, thank you, Spirit. Spirit, I love you, Spirit. I love you, Source of all things. I love you, Divine of all things. Listen, just the way that the Divine comes in and takes very good care of us. All of our needs are met. Our cups are overflowing with beautiful energy and abundance. And just, when I mean abundance, it could just be an abundance of joy. You know? An abundance of just good vibes. Like, yeah, listen. It says, keep your eyes open, listen, and think about everything that is happening. Trust your intuition and follow their guidance without any delay. Focus inward throughout the meditation and prayer. I am observant. Listen, this is what the entire reading was about. Your angels and your divine ancestors are saying, can you hear us now? And if you can't, we got 111 again at the bottom of the deck. I am creative. Somebody needs to channel their energy into something creative. Take all this energy about worrying about the karmics and what he did and what they did. Listen, you're going to have to come up to par. You're going to have to come up to this current moment. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow hasn't happened. Right now is all you have, God willing. And the Most High was willing for me to be here alive today. Do you know how happy I am? With no back pain, no trauma, not one scratch on my body. Oh, I damn near got up and just started doing a Holy Ghost dance. I'm just saying. Oh, let me read this at the bottom. I got so creative and I said creative. Maybe there's something we're supposed to create together. Okay, listen. I got so into the testimony that I'm outside of it. I'm looking at my life from a bird's eye view. I'm outside of it. Get outside of your situation and see it from a bird's eye view. And I promise you, you're going to come across somebody that's gone through something that's going to make you feel bad for complaining. Listen, 111, angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life that you love. I am creative. Listen, it's going to look a little ugly. There's some people you got to get rid of. Just ask Spirit to give you peace and letting them go. You will sleep well at night. You're going to be like, wow, I thought when I broke up with what's her name, I would be feeling bad. I'm sleeping so well at night because you've made peace with the circumstance. I'm going to take that card. Needless to say, this is your reading. I love you. I love you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for your time, for taking time out of your day just to sit here with me on today. Time is a very valuable asset. It's one thing that we cannot get back. And the fact that the Most High saw fit to use me on this day, at this time, in this hour, to sit with you gives me so much joy. I'm just so glad to be here with you today, okay? If you want any information about personal readings, again, those readings will be opening up June 1. The list is really getting full fast. So I might have to close it before June because I'm just one person, you know, and I just thank the Most High for giving me what it is that I need in order to give it to you all. When my cup is full, I share what my overflow is. But when it's empty, I have to be obedient and pull back and rest as well, right? Because we're just, at the end of the day, we're still people. We're human beings, all right? If you'd like to give any love donations, they're much appreciated. All of my information is in the description box on every single video that I post. And I always come in peace. And I leave you in peace until the next video. Peace be with you.